Good morning everyone. Today we'll be starting with a constrained motion topic, which is so important if you are preparing for the JEE. Constrained motion. Basically this topic deals with the motion of one object depending upon the other object. If two objects are interlinked with some strings and some mechanisms, and when you want to find out the velocity of one of the object depending upon the other, then you will be using all these concepts. Basically I'll give you an idea how it starts with. Suppose if we are having a two blocks, block A and block B, which are connected by a string, and if this block is moving right side with 2 meter per second, and if you want to find out the velocity of this block, obviously with the common sense you can tell that this block also moves right side with the 2 meter per second. Why? Because you have told this one using the logic that this string is non-extensible and this is also a massless string, which is always the assumption which we take in our calculations. In reality, what happens if this block is moving right side with 2 meter per second, each and every point which is attached here in the string is also been pulled by the block A with the 2 meter per second, which results that this block is also moving right side with the 2 meter per second. So you can find out the velocity of this block is 2 meter per second, which is nothing, it's a common sense. Basically this gives you an idea that the velocity of this block basically depends upon this block. So you need to analyze this kind of a analysis in a different scenarios. In your course there are three different situations we have got. One is constrained motion in strings, constrained motion in pulley block system, constrained motion in pulley block system, and the last, if you are focusing on the advanced, please focus here, constrained motion on inclined plane. Constrained motion on inclined plane. Today we will be covering all these three: constrained motion in strings, pulley block, and the inclined plane. Basic illustrations we'll take, and we'll start how this constrained motion. If you focus only on the string part, basic assumptions are string is massless and the string is inextensible. String is massless and string is inextensible. We don't want the string to break if the velocity at these two different points are different. If this point is moving right side with a 2 meter per second and this point is moving right side with 1 meter per second, imagine what will happen. One part of the string is running very fast and the next part of the string is running very slow. Then what happens? The string will try to stretch and it will break away, and we don't want that to happen. So we'll take these two assumptions, massless and inextensible. So the concept tells like this: the velocity along the string at any two different points remain always same, and this is the concept which we use in solving all the problems based upon constrained motion in strings. What is the concept trying to tell? The velocity at any two different points along the string is always same. So how we'll use this concept in solving a different problems? Let's say we start with a basic problem like this. So there is a block A, and this block is tied with a pulley. Let's say this angle is 37 degrees. This is a block, this is tied, and you are interested in if this block moves with a velocity of 10 meter per second left side, you want to find out what is the velocity of this block B. Obviously, common sense, this block will not lift up in the air. This block only has the constraint to move on the ground. This can either move left side or right side, only on the ground. It is not leaving its contact. Now, in order to find out this one, this concept we will use basically. When this block A is moving left side with a velocity 10 meter per second, the point attached here, this is also trying to move left side with 10 this point 10, this point 10, every point on the string is trying to move with the 10 meter per second. That means if you focus here, this point is trying to have a velocity of 10 meter per second this side. The actual velocity of the block B is in this direction. This velocity, focus here, there is a velocity V, and the requirement along the string in this direction is 10. This 10, how you got this 10 is due to the constraint. This velocity along the string should remain same. And this angle is 37 degrees. V is the actual velocity, and the velocity in this direction should be 10 meter per second. That means if you resolve this one into components, and you obviously know this one, V cos 37 should be equal to, this is a perpendicular component. These two are the axes which I have taken. Perpendicular axis, and this is a vector. V cos 37 should be equal to 37 is equal to 10 meter per second, and you can find out from here V into 4 by 5 is equal to 10. 50 by 4 is the answer. So you can find out the velocities. This is a basic problem which illustrates you the significance of the string concept in two different. Here it is a very simple system where two blocks are attached with a simple string. Please pause the screen and note it down.